I am the world's best assassin. My specialty, making every hit look like an accident. I pour adhesive into a cone-shaped container, wait for it to solidify, then extract the gel, insert it into a glass tube, and inject the prepared solution. I pull out my stopwatch and start the timer. As a top-tier assassin, I plan every detail down to the second. This time, my target is a mining tycoon living in a penthouse downtown. I time his swim schedule perfectly, slip into an apartment below, crack open the window with my tools, and scale up the building like Spider-Man. Using suction cups, I position myself over the center of his pool, drill a hole, insert the gel, and inject the solution. The whole operation flows smoothly, done in minutes. Now I just wait for my prey to walk into the trap. Just like that, another job in the books. The media will write it off as a freak accident. That's what I do best, make everything look accidental. But the truth is, I'd been retired a few years. Then one day, a woman showed up at my door demanding I take out 3 targets and make them all look like accidents. She pulled out her phone, proof of my past jobs staring back at me. But the world's deadliest assassin doesn't scare easily. Her backup moved in fast, but I quickly told them with my fists what a real killer looks like. Seeing more reinforcements flooding in from below, I bolted, dove into a hang glider, and made my escape. I ended up in Thailand, living a quiet life for a while, but they tracked me down, and they'd kidnapped my girlfriend. I had no choice but to take the job. After taking care of the businessmen at the pool, my next target was an arms dealer. He controlled half of Africa's weapons trade, which meant he had enemies everywhere. To avoid his rivals, he'd hold himself up in prison. The prison sat on a remote island, and he had bodyguards watching him around the clock, but I figured out a way in. I wrapped explosives in chewing gum, pressed and trimmed the edges, repackaged everything, then stuffed the detonator into a cigarette along with a tracker. Next, I squeezed shark repellent into a hair gel container, tattooed myself to match a wanted criminal's ink, and forged fake papers. Then I hit the streets, got drunk, started some trouble, and made sure the cops found my fugitive ID. Just like that, I got myself thrown into prison with all my gear smuggled in. Even though the arms dealer had constant protection, plenty of inmates wanted him dead. One day, an inmate removed his prosthetic leg, revealing a hidden blade, and charged straight at the boss. That was my opening. I quickly drew my blade and stopped the attacker. The move earned me the arms dealer's trust. He even invited me to dinner. What he didn't know was that I was there to kill him too. He just wouldn't see it coming. During our private conversation, I struck from behind, knocked him out cold, then forced poison down his throat to stage an accidental poison. His guards outside heard the commotion and tried to come in. I made up an excuse, told them the boss was praying. When they saw him in a prayer position, they bolted. Next, I moved to the prison's perimeter wall and pulled out my pre-planted supplies. That's when the guards spotted me on the surveillance cameras. I stuffed the chewing gum into the wall, pulled out the cigarette, extracted the fuse, inserted it, and lit it up. Then I swallowed the tracking capsule and applied the shark repellent I'd prepared. As the wall exploded, I bolted through the gap and dove straight into the ocean.